trying to get my phone here adjusted. We are in the red peat. I don't know what this is. What the fuck did I order this? Breaker 19. We don't even really use radios, but this one does work. So, what's up? I am in my red Peterbilt. This is my truck that's been sitting for a minute, and I'm trying to get her up and running so I can put somebody in it to make some dollars. So this is my troubleshoot here. So there's only I have 8 watchers now, but listen. So this truck has been sitting since 2020. We shut our business down in April 17th of 2020. And we never brought this truck back up because freight has been horrible ever since we started running again. But this one had a bad starter because it sat for so long. So we put new batteries, we did an oil change, put a new starter in there. And so we got the truck to start, but it wasn't starting from the ignition, so we actually had to hotwire it. Hi, Saeed. So we were hotwiring it with the green wire over there to the, I think it's the, can't remember what it's called, but anyways, we were hotwiring it. So what I did was just testing it out. I just put this new ignition switch in here. It's pretty easy, plug and play. Let me show you guys. See it right here. Ugh. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see. Let me close my tripod real quick. And pan the camera down. So here's the new ignition switch here. Now, hey Chris, hi Andrew, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much. So anyhow, this is what I'm doing here now. We just, no, I'm a BBC, what is that? I don't know what that is. I'm too old for that. So, let me explain to you guys here. I actually have another truck that's over there in the yard. That's the one that my husband and I team in. And so we're trying to see if the issue here is the ignition switch. So I ordered one off of Amazon. It's not an exact fit, but I can't find this ignition switch anywhere because it's a 2010 Peterbilt. So I'm gonna have to probably try to pull apart off a wreck yard or something. Yeah, I've been married for 12 years, sorry. So I'm waiting for him to reconnect the batteries right now, and we're gonna test this ignition switch out and see if I can get this bad boy started. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing. This is my luxury truck. Oh, neither. So it hasn't been drove since 2020, like I said. Double bunk. It's really roomy in here. Okay, yeah. Y'all keep it clean. I mean, you can't tell all your secrets, can you, right? Anyhow, so we're out here working on our truck. Y'all catch my other videos on here. I just actually upgraded the rims on my other Peterbilt. Looks pretty clean. If y'all haven't subscribed and all that. Hi Brandon, how are you? Okay, Chris. Sure, okay. Not as big as my husband. Anyways, I'm doing good, Brandon. I am not driving anywhere right now. I'm actually off for until probably Saturday. We do military freight. We deliver for APs, and so we've been okay the last couple weeks, but freight still sucks. I've been driving for 13 years. Before that, I was a contractor in the Middle East. I did that for 10 years, and a correctional sergeant 8 years before that. So add those years up and add a couple more years and you'll find out how old I am. But anyways, right now, so what we're trying to do is we are trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with this truck. It's been sitting for a minute, and we're installing the batteries, and then I'm testing out this ignition switch that I ordered to see if my truck will start. And if the truck starts, then we will go from there. I do have to replace quite a bit. Obviously, it's going to need new purge valve, new air dryer, probably a new dryer. I think this one has the canister on it. I'm not sure. I would have to climb under the truck. I'm gonna have to probably put new airbags on it, sleeper bag, the sleeper bags, and then test all the lines, like the hoses and stuff, to make sure that they haven't corroded, because it's been sitting since 2020. Hi there, Andrew. What are the signs for what? And what are we laughing about, Andrew? Oh, okay, I see. Poor husband. I got you. Okay, so this truck's been sitting since 2020. When we shut down because of the pandemic, we were forced to, Texas forced us to shut down, so it's been sitting since 2020. At first, we couldn't get it to start at all. So we had a mechanic come out because I could not get to the starter. This truck version here, they have the starter like right in between the frame. So it's just really hard to get to. So we had a mechanic come out to the yard and replace the starter. So we know that was one issue. And so after that, we were able to start the truck, but it would not start through the ignition. We would have to hotwire it to get it started. It wouldn't even click at the it wouldn't even click with the key turned at all. But we were able to hotwire it and get it started that way. So we replaced all the batteries, new starter, but we just couldn't get it to start with the key. So I just put in a new ignition switch in. Let me show you. I don't have my old one. It's actually in my other truck. I ordered an ignition switch. It's a Peterbilt 387, 2010. Put it in right here. I have it hanging out still because I don't want to close it all up and have it not work. The only thing is that if it doesn't start with the key once my husband reinstalled the batteries, because we had to actually charge them all, I wouldn't know where to go after that. I don't know yet because my husband's putting the batteries in right now. No, I'm Texas. But so here's another issue for me. I pulled out the key cylinder from the actual ignition switch I took out here. The only thing is, because I wanted to try to keep the key that I actually have for my doors, because it's the one that starts the ignition, but I cannot get the key cylinder out of this new one. There's a hole there, but I just can't get it to pop out. So that's a whole other situation. So I'm waiting for him to connect these batteries here, so that way we can figure out if we can start the truck now or not. Oh wow, okay. So we know the truck will start, it just doesn't start with the key. And I'm not sure, like, I don't know, maybe there was an electrical surge when they put the new starter in, if that's even a thing. But I guess we'll figure it out once he's finished doing that. Oh, you know what? I told a fib. So this is my, it was sitting right here. So this is the old ignition switch that we pulled out. Now the only thing is I have a voltmeter somewhere. I just can't find it, and I wanted to try to test these prongs to see if, you know, the voltmeter would tell me if this is a bad ignition switch or not. As soon as I find, I should just go buy another one. They're like 30 bucks, but as soon as I find that, I should be able to test these prongs to find out whether or not it's the actual ignition switch or not. Yes, there's other ways to start the truck without the keys, and it's in the ignition. We actually have a wire, I think it's coming off the starter, going over to the alternator, and you just tap the wire and it starts the truck. Something to that effect. So yes, there is a way to start the truck without the key, and that's how we were starting it in order to keep the batteries running and to get it started a little bit. We actually were able to move it, but the only thing is we ended up having like really bad weather for several weeks in a row, so we couldn't come out here and leave the engine open and start the truck. So then the batteries kind of drained, and so we just recharged them. Matter of fact, I purchased a battery recharger from Home Depot for like 70 bucks. And I've charged all 4 of my semi-truck batteries to full capacity, and I own jet skis, and so we also charged both of our jet skis batteries with it, which is pretty freaking cool. Make sure there's nothing shorting out that ignition. What would I do to make sure of that? If you know. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe to me. Just the Lady Trucker. We don't run for anybody. We have our own company. No, I recharged the batteries, so they were brand new batteries. I just put them in probably like 6 months ago, so that's fine, doggos, no problem. You don't have to sub. It just helps support me and my channel, that's all. I like your photo though. No, I have a CDL, I drive. I've been driving for 13 years. If you go to my channel and you look, you'll see me driving quite often. And you'll see me offloading my truck. And you'll see me working on my truck. And you'll see me doing all kinds of other things, so wiring things up in parking lots, and it's what you have to do when you own your own business. My trucking business is a woman-owned trucking business, so I own it. Are you having success down there? Hi there, Paul Vandenbos. That's my husband put in the batteries. Hey, look, I have a lot of information, and I'm very informational as far as, you know, owning your own transportation business. There's a lot that you have to contend with, and it goes from, you know, your paperwork to the licenses you need to file, the taxes you need to file. I have information on that on my website and everything. Not my website, but yeah, that's my husband. I didn't say there isn't a guy. Hi, Lucas Cavalcante. In this truck, so I have a Peterbilt 579. You can't see it. It's across the lot over there because I have another truck over there. I own 2 trucks. And then that's my dually. I said there's no guy. No, I didn't. I said there was my husband. If you look back in the comments, somebody was saying too bad I had a husband. But anyways, so this bunk here it's actually pretty big. I would say this is more like a super single, so it's like almost a twin bed and a half, and then the bed on top is just a regular twin bed. But this truck it's a 2010. It's an old truck. It has this space is so much bigger and wider actually than my Peterbilt 579, which actually has a 72-inch sleeper in it. This bed's actually pretty comfy, believe it or not. Coffin sleepers, ooh. Ooh. This is it's more like an RV actually. I haul reefers and dry vans. I've actually hauled flatbeds for a couple of years. I was in the oil field for a couple of years. So I've hauled pneumatic trailers. I've hauled, I haven't done belly dump or anything like that. But I've touched several different industries in trucking in 13 years. So yeah. And after 3 years, so when we first started out, just to give y'all a little back information, we started out in, 2013, I came home from Afghanistan and we decided that we were going to go ahead and go into trucking. And so we worked for Schneider for 3 months, and then after 3 months, no, I take that back, 6 months. We worked for Schneider for 6 months, and then after 6 months we went into the oil field industry and we worked. I have hauled lowboys, yes. I've actually hauled several different types of flatbed trailers. Lowboys, drop deck, the regular flatbed air ride. So I've driven an 18 speed, 15 speed, 13 speed. I actually drive automatics now. You're not going to be able to get me out of an automatic, because I'm going to tell you what, as you get older, your knees give out, and the automatics actually really save your knees. So, yeah. That's just some of my background here. And so now I have my own business. It took me 3 years to start my own transportation business. It is woman owned. I am registered with the federal government to bid on contracts. I'm registered with the state of Texas to bid on state contracts. So those processes are like a cakewalk to me. I understand how to go through the RFPs and all those things and bid on these contracts. You went to Afghanistan in a video game? Well, I was in Afghanistan for real. No. Land dolls, no. So, yeah. Now I'm just waiting for my husband to finish this battery. And he's a bigger guy. He's like 6'3", so... Modern Warfare 2? Are you talking about Call of Duty? I used to play Call of Duty actually. Zombies was my favorite part. Yeah, that can be true, Rajpal. I do know a lot about trucks. I know a lot about working on my own trucks. And the only thing is because I'm a business owner. So if I don't know my business in and out, what kind of business owner am I? You know, I can be stuck on the side of the road. I know how to change a boot when it blows. I know how to rewire my clutch fan when the wire chafes. I know how to replace, and these are things that I've done. Well, my husband replaced the, it's for your clutch fan. It's the little, I can't remember what it's called right now. I always carry extra parts in my trucks. Always have extra clamps. I have an extra purge valve. I have extra air dryer. I have extra stuff on my truck just because I know that these are things that I've run into in the past. Woo, I heard a beep. What's up, doggos? Guess what? Yes, I do love video games. Well, you know, my son is actually 18. He's about to be graduating tomorrow. He's graduating high school. And the last year and a half, he had the opportunity to go do mechanics at college because they did the college high school thing where they gave him dual credits. And he actually went for diesel mechanic, which is so cool. Look, I'm used to trolls, so it's no skin off my teeth. It's quite all right. I can handle trolls on my own. I was a correctional officer, a sergeant for 8 years, so you're not going to say anything new or harmful to me because it's just going to slide right off my shoulders. Thank you so much, Raj Paul. I appreciate you supporting me and my channel. It's so awesome of you. Give me 1 second. You want to tell me when it's clear to start? Or try to start it? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. If you guys have a channel, I will subscribe to you when I get home. I can't really do it on the app because it doesn't tell me the people's names, but if you do have a channel, I'll definitely support you guys back. You know what, I'm going to tell you what, I really appreciate... Andrew, I've never ran a Landau, so I'm not sure how they even work. In the UK, we still drive clutch in most vehicles. You know, I drove a lot of clutch vehicles, but I'm gonna tell you honestly, I tested in a 15 speed. I drove an 18 speed in the oil fields, which if anybody understands the oil fields in the United States, the roads are about this wide and they usually have drops on each side. I drove in Ohio and Virginia, over there in that area, and it's some of the most scary stuff ever. But I'm going to tell you what, since my first truck was a 13 speed that we purchased, we got rid of that and we got the Peterbilt 579, which is an automatic, and it's really just like driving a luxury vehicle, honestly. It's you don't have to worry about downshifting to go into slower traffic. You don't have to worry about going through every speed to get up to full speed. You just, like driving a regular automatic car, you push your brake, slow down. You push your fuel pedal, you speed up. So you're used to a heavy wrecker. I've never drove a heavy wrecker, but I have put a wrecker on my fifth wheel, and we have towed vehicles from like auctions and stuff. So that's a whole different industry on its own, because I'm gonna tell you what, when you just have that truck hanging on the back, you know, attached by the wrecker, but just chains, and it's just swaying back and forth, it's scary crap for sure. You can make good money with heavy wreckers though, for sure. Just to give you an idea, in Texas here where I'm from. I actually was hauling frac tanks from South Texas to West Texas, and I decided to stop at home, and I parked 2 trucks, this truck and my other truck, or no, it was my Kenworth at the time, and both of us had a frac tank on the back, so we parked in a lot. Within hours, somebody had towed both of my trucks, the truck and the trailer. They towed them both. Each truck and trailer cost me like $1,200 to get out. So it cost me $2,400 within a matter of, I think, 6 hours. They were is when I realized that my truck was gone. Hold on a second. Let's see if this works. Ready? Putting key in ignition. Turning ignition over, and it's clicking. Yeah, so I'm letting it click. I'm starting it. Let's see. Off. Cycling again. So these trucks here have where it automatically fuels up your water separator, so that way your truck's not dry starting.
I'll show him.
He's gonna show you out here.
Dang. So we need this bulb here to start filling up with fuel. Yeah, there's no fuel at all. The fuel pump needs to start pumping fuel in there. Fuel water separator. Here you go.
This is the 3rd time. You dropped out of the 3rd grade. Okay, so now I'm going to try to start. Hold on, he messed up my camera. You didn't drop out in no 3rd grade. Uh-oh, wipers are on. You see any fuel in there? Nothing. I clicked it all the way over and nothing. No turnover, no nothing. You gonna try to hot wire it? Let me take my key. All right, so that didn't work. Let's see here. We do not chain trucks to an underreach. I dropped out of 3rd grade. Watch it not start. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't going to be hopeful. It was like a 50-50 chance, but I think he's going to try to see. He's hot wiring it right now. When we hook to a truck on a heavy wrecker, we use wide, thick, heavy-duty straps and go around the axle. Yeah, this truck that we went and picked up, they only had, the guy that we went and picked it up for, I did. That's all he had to send with us was chains. This is like actually the very first truck we hauled. So I bet your dog's laughing. I'm laughing too. Trying to figure this bullshit out. This sucks. Chains and binders, yeah. I was pushing on the pedal, there's nothing.
What about that? This is not working.
So the only other thing I can think of is this fuel transfer. Remember we bought this piece that needed to be replaced, that fuel transfer pump?
Yeah, but why isn't the ignition starting? The starter?
It won't turn over all the way, you know. This is that fuel transfer pump that we bought, that another thing that they said was probably, it's right there on the front. So this is, so fuel is not going into the water separator. And this is another part that I bought that we need to put on. This is, I think, the fuel transfer pump, which pushes the fuel out. That may be bad. Now, I guarantee you, if we were to just put fuel in the water separator, it would start. Doesn't mean it would stay on, but it would start. So I think this is the next thing I need to put on there to make sure that fuel is pumping through. Right. Do you see that piece? It's like right up here on the firewall. I believe the fuel transfer pump's like right up there somewhere. All right, hold on. I'll be out there in just a second. All right, I'm gonna put this bad boy back in. All right, let's go out here and look. Well, let's have a look here real quick at that. Give me a second. This is my fuse panel in here. But I believe when those mechanics came out and changed the do you see fuel going into that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did before by myself. I would come in the truck, pump the...
All right. I'm pumping. Here, maybe I need to put this in and put some clicks in. I'm gonna turn on, let it cycle, and then pump.
Did you have the key on?
No.
Babe, the key's gotta be on for the truck to start. You gotta have the key in the on position.
Okay, it's on now. I didn't know.
Are you serious? You didn't have that damn key on the whole time?
I didn't know.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you?
No.
Whose truck is this? Stop telling people this is your
It's
truck.
a map.
I heard you say this is my truck. God damn it. You know how hard that thing's cranking? It's ready to start.
All right, go on.
So, how long That means no fuel was even going that whole time.
We're trying, Mac. We're trying. Doggos, I have a lot of favorite songs. So we got our batteries charged, you guys, with that little charger we bought at Home Depot. Now it says check engine.
Oh, that's good.
It says fuel delivery pressure. So it is that fuel, it is this piece. Fuel delivery pressure.
Hey, Sherlock Holmes. Easy. Please don't turn the key in the off position.
It's not off, it's on.
You can't start if it's in the off position.
How do they know my name? That's my brother-in-law. I did read your comments. The engine's still there. Don't be rude. Don't say good boy. Okay, I'm pumping.
Start now, I can feel it.
Yeah, that check engine light thing went off.
She's gonna start.
And the fault went off too.
She's gonna start.
Come on, baby, start, baby, start.
She's gonna start. So awesome the batteries are. I still gotta take all the negative terminals back off because the bracket that holds the batteries in place. I was so excited to be done and I forgot to put the bracket on. So now I gotta take all the negative ones back off, put the bracket on, then put them all back on. Yeah. Yeah.
The engine's not gone. We had it started.
Gone.
We were driving it. We
on.
had it driving
Keep
a
your
couple of
ears
months
on.
ago.
Keep your ears on. I can show you better than I can tell you. Watch this old Peterbilt.
Look, I love driving this truck for sure. So I really think it is this fuel.
Old Peterbilt's not gonna let us down. She might be faded, but she ain't jaded.
She might be faded, but she ain't jaded. Babe. You're so silly. All right, let's go out here and look at this real quick.
Say hi to my zero people on stream.
So Mac is in, and your sister's in here.
Say hi to my zero people on my stream.
What's up, guys?
Hey, zero. No, the stream. Hey, zero people in the stream. Female stream, male stream, 0. Go ahead.
He has nobody watching him. I have 15 people watching me. 13 now. All right, so this fuel transfer pump. She needs a lot of work for sure. Trying to. I think that's it right there. Let me get my little piece out here. All right, hold on a second. Let me grab this piece. I'm looking at something.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here we go. Let's open this up. And see. I know those guys showed it to us before where it was at. Oh my gosh. Okay, so how about some starter fluid? Don't we have starter fluid? So I know this is a piece that they said that we needed to change before. I just can't remember the location for it. And I know it's back here somewhere, like. So this is the wire he's using to start it with. Because so the ignition key, when you turn it all the way over, it does nothing. You're not draining the batteries doing that, are you? You are? You want me to close this door?
Sure it's unlocked.
No, the window's open. Where did they say this fuel transfer pump was at? It's gonna start. Yeah, I hope it's gonna start, damn it. Sounds pretty freaking weird right now, though. Let's see. I think he's gonna try to come over here and charge the batteries while he's doing that. That's not it, because that has all kinds of stuff that's coming out of it. What's up, guys? This needs to be replaced for sure. It's the whole thing leaked out, so it's kind of dry. Okay, I see the starter. I think this goes on the back half of the starter. Maybe. Oh, shit. I was really hoping to get this freaking thing started today, too. The booty shot, we all just got... I didn't mean to do that. My bad. All right. I'm gonna have to look up my trusty friend Google and see exactly where this fuel transfer pump goes because I cannot see it from here. And so, I don't know, this is such a bad design because there's a leaf spring right there. And you see that group of wires right there? Well, right up underneath this side of this thing here. Can you see that? Let me see, where am I pointing? Right up on the other side of this thing right here is where the starter's at. And it's like a slot like about this wide, like not big at all. It's super hard to get into. He went to get some jumper cables. So that way, because we just recharged all these batteries, he's gonna put hook the batteries up to it so it doesn't kill him. So I think this piece right here is what needs to be replaced, and that's the reason why we're not getting fuel, because this is the fuel transfer pump, and I bought it, and I know the guy said we do need to replace it because that could be an issue. So we tested a new ignition switch, we have a new starter, but now it just doesn't seem, this is not getting any fuel at all right there. So that's a bummer. This is a definite, so these are things that we're gonna have to replace. Obviously, I think these are gonna need to be replaced. The clamps as well, because they've just been sitting. These shocks are gonna need to be replaced. Everything's gonna need to be greased. I'm gonna have to go through and check all these hoses and just to make sure they don't have dry rot and stuff. I'm gonna need new headlights. I'm gonna need new so these have the spring things that go into these holes to hold the engine closed. I'm gonna need new of those. So yeah, ow, I just crushed my finger. But it's really, I really think this fuel transfer pump is actually, might be close to the starter in the back down there, and I can't, let me see if I can squeeze in there somehow. The only disadvantage to being short. So let me see if I can look down in there. Engine is super dusty because the truck has just been sitting for a while, so yeah. Can't see from there. Can I see from here? I don't know. I'm boggled. Follow the fuel line up from the tanks. That means I have to climb under the truck. I just don't have the energy. Thank you for that information though, Charles. I appreciate that. I don't have the energy to climb on my back underneath this truck right now. So my husband's charging the batteries, or he hooked up to it to make sure that we don't completely drain them. But good thing is I have the part when I have have the time to come back over here and check this out and climb under the truck, that's definitely where I'm going to be looking to find out exactly where this thing goes. Truck definitely needs to be cleaned. But yeah, we got to get this truck up and moving. So I don't know if you see that black car hauler over there. Hold on. Right there. Wait. Is it not pointing the right direction? Blue truck. Right there. We're on the other side. It's that black Peterbilt down there. But I'm wondering if we should just put some fuel treatment in the water separator and see if that allows it to start. Should we try to put some fuel treatment in the water separator to see if it'll start it?
Do we have fuel treatment?
Don't we have some Lucas in the other truck? You used it all? Oh. Okay. I mean, I don't think I can low crawl under this truck.
All right,
So.
let's go on to the other side.
The stressors of owning big trucks. The stressors of owning big trucks. But then again, it's the repercussions of letting your truck sit. So, self-inflicted damage.
Gonna start. Peterbilt's always start.
Peterbilt's always start. Peterbilt's always start. What?
Check the fuel tank.
Let me see if I can turn my light up, huh? You don't? Hey there, Hung Yin. Hi there, Brian. Okay, so this is the last time my truck was ran, 2020. This is my second truck. I have another truck that's parked over there that I drive now. So the issue with this truck is it sat for a while. Obviously batteries died, replaced all the batteries. The starter was bad, we replaced the starter. Thought the ignition switch was bad because when you go to turn it on, nothing happens. It clicks once you turn it on to let everything fill up, But once you try to start it, it does nothing. It doesn't attempt to start or anything, but we know it's not the starter because the starter is brand new. So I tried a new ignition switch a little while ago, not working. But we do know that there's a possible fuel transfer pump problem. The only issue is I can't find the location for the fuel transfer pump. I think it's down by the starter, but I'm not 100% sure. I would have to climb underneath the truck to verify that, and I'm not back climbing right now. So that's my issue. We usually have fuel separator or fuel treatment, but we don't have any right now. My husband said he used it all, so you want me to look in this one? Hold on a second. I'm going to look in this fuel tank to see what's in it. The big old spider. You can't really see.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell. I think there is some. It looks like there is.
It smells like there's some in there.
Yeah, it's about treatment that we put in there.
You know, do we have some more over here unless you added it? Hold on a second. It's a ISX, it says CM15. I'll show you in just a second. Hold on. So this is what I have. I don't know if this will work. Josh the vegan. All right, so this is a ISX. I think it's a 15, ISX 15, right? I believe. Yeah, this is ISX 15.
2009.
2010.
It was sold 2010. It's 2009.
You have gloves on, I don't.
It's gonna start. It's gonna start.
So we put a little bit of stuff in here. It didn't drain it at all. So I'm gonna have to, when you turn the key on, can you hear? So yes, when you turn the key over, you do hear it pumping.
You can hear it. You can hear it pumping. There.
You can hear it pumping, but after that, when you go to start it, there's nothing. It doesn't crank. It doesn't do anything after that.
This switch was bad, but we just bought a brand new one.
No, we have not tried siphoning old fuel and putting new fuel.
That would be a job. Please excuse.
Yeah, actually, I do have a CM871 Cummins ISX. That's what it is called. So this truck has been sitting since 2020. We replaced the batteries. We did a fluid change, oil change, all that stuff, and we got it started. But then it sat for a little bit more, and then the starter ended up going bad. So we replaced the starter. Which ones are we talking about? Because I can't scroll through all the messages. The fuel could be too dirty. Fuel, yeah, you're right. This guy, Brian, said that the fuel may be too dirty and that's why it's not starting. But hold on, weird, because now there's more. Did you just pour the rest of it in there? Oh, okay, never mind. You caught me. So that might be a possibility as well. Okay, are you talking about doggos, Mac? But let's go on to another point here, Brian. I know the mechanic that we actually had come out and replace the starter for us. He did say that the fuel transfer pump may be going out. I actually have one. I just can't find the location and I can't remember exactly where he told me that it was at on this engine. All right, doggos, this is your warning, bro. My brother-in-law doesn't like your verbiage, guy. And, you know, family first. Got to be a little nicer. Mac, he's kind of been like that since the beginning of live, though, so not to justify it. So, Brian, if you have any insight on where the fuel transfer pump is, I know the guy said it's like right around here somewhere, but I don't know if it's down there at the end of the starter or not. And I know it's not that, and I know it's not that. I just don't see it physically with my eye. Driver's side towards the top. So this is the driver's side. I get the filter dryer receiver here. I wonder if this is... No, that's flat on the other side. So that's not it. It's not this, because this has a bunch of hoses and shit coming out of it, like airlines and stuff. Oh shit. Towards the back, mounted on the engine. Alright, let me climb up on this bad boy here. Pump the fuel? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna jump in the truck and go pump the fuel. Maybe I could peep it from the top in there.
Babe, your peeps ain't helping nobody.
Your hot air is not helping anybody either. All right. Thank you, Doggo. I appreciate the apology. Okay, so this is intermittent. You keep saying like check engine. I'm pumping. Yep. So let's take a peep right here if you can see that. Let me scroll through it. Check engine. It's actually not letting me pull that open up, but hot. Okay, so now it says stop engine, no warning, and so everything is like clicking on and off, and I know it's because the way he's trying to start it, and now there's no warnings, and now there's lots of warnings. Faults found, engine, fuel delivery. So now it says fuel delivery pressure. So that makes me think it may be that fuel transfer pump that I have right there that I can't. You can also siphon all the fuel out and put fresh fuel. Let me see if I have something long enough. I don't think I have anything long enough in this truck here. I know I got stuff under my bed, but let's see. I don't know what that is. Do I have, sometimes I have. Oh, this is a level valve. This may or may not be long enough, but I don't have a ruler or anything. What is that? That's a light bar. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna see if I can use this thing. It's metal, but and I'm gonna stick it in the driver's side tank. That's what I'll do. Of what? The other truck? Yeah. I gotta get my other truck. He wants me to bring it over here. So I'm just gonna stick this in the fuel tank though real quick to see if I can touch the bottom of it. Come on, man. Let's see. So it's that much on the bar. So it's like, it's not empty. It's probably got about a quarter of a tank. That's how much fuel is in it. Do you see the line? All right, I'm gonna go get my big truck so he can charge these batteries. My hand's all dirty. All right, let's see what the comments say. The fuel pump isn't fried, but the fuel transfer pump may be bad, which is different from the fuel pump. So, I don't know. Now, several months ago when we replaced the batteries before the starter went bad, we were driving the truck around the lot here, and then we had a bunch of bad weather and let this truck set for a couple more months, and the damn starter ended up going bad. So yeah, so now it's an I don't know game. Now I'm gonna try to get up on top of that tire to see if I can see on the top where that fuel transfer pump is located at. I'm pretty sure it's something easy to change. It doesn't look too difficult. We got beautiful Texas skies here. We haul freight for the military. So if you've ever heard of AFES, that's what we haul. So we go to military bases several times a week. This is my other truck right here. I just did these tires. I painted my rims black and I installed these caps. And I did the same thing back here. Got my company, my YouTube. You know, I wanted to upgrade my truck, make it look a little cooler. You know, let people be jealous when I'm driving down the road. All right. So now, what kind of government contracts are you looking at doing, Josh? Do you own a business? So you're a truck driver also? Hey there, Death Shock. That's pretty cool. How's it driving trucks over there? You have a truck carrier. Where are you out of? Oh, can y'all hear me? Okay, good. All right, good. I was about to restart the live. Let me close that out. All right.